So we are studying about the tissue. I told you last time what is the tissue. That is the group of cells which are similar in structure, function, and the origin are called as tissue. And now today we have to study different types of the tissues and in detail about the tissue. So we have to study about the first about the plant tissue. About the plant tissue. Plant tissue. We have to study today about plant tissue. Plant tissue, it is of two types. Plant tissue, it is of two types. We study about the classification. Now, dendritic plant tissue. Plant tissue. It is broadly it is classified in two categories. One is meristematic tissue. Meristematic, and other is permanent tissue. Permanent tissue. Number one is meristematic tissue, and number two is the right here. This meristematic tissue is are three types on the basis of their location in plant body. On the basis of their location in plant body, meristematic tissue is three types. One is apical meristem. Lateral meristem and intercalary meristem. One or two, and one is intercalary meristem. So it is three types on the basis of their location in plant body. Number one is apical meristem, second one lateral meristem, and third one is intercalary meristem. Now this permanent tissue, it is a two types. Number one is simple permanent tissue. Number one is simple permanent tissue, and second one is complex permanent tissue. As you can see in your book that is given on page, you see page number 89 to 72. So simple permanent tissue and other is complex permanent tissue. It is enough. This permanent tissue written, it is enough. You can write in this way. It is enough to write in this simple and complex. It is enough to simple. Second is complex. These are writing back. Simple and complex. This simple tissue is made up of only one type of these cells. This simple permanent tissue is made up of only one type of these cells. It is permanent parenchyma. It is of three types. Number one is parenchyma. Second one is collenchyma. And third one is sclerenchyma. And third one is sclerenchyma. Three types of simple tissue are there. First one, parenchyma. Second, collenchyma. And third one is sclerenchyma. Now we see the complex. It is of two types. Number one is xylem. And phloem. It is complex. It is are two types. Number one is xylem, and second one is phloem. So these are different types of plant tissues. Plant tissue is divided into broadly classified into two categories. Number one is meristematic, and second one is permanent. These meristematic tissues, these cells of meristematic tissue are always in the state of their division. These are thin-walled, dense cytoplasm with prominent nuclei. Let us discuss in detail about parenchyma, collenchyma, etc., etc. So first, you understand it first. This is meristematic tissues. It is of three types on the basis of the location plant body: apical meristem, lateral meristem, and intercalary meristem. And second one is permanent tissue. The cells of the permanent tissue lost their division. So it is up to that a simple permanent tissue and the complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissues of the three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, and the sclerenchyma. While complex is three types, xylem and phloem. Before studying one activity there, we can see this activity. One activity is given. You have to do this activity for understanding this meristem. So this meristematic cells are always in the state of division. So before studying meristem, one activity is there. We have to see this activity. One activity. In this activity, you have take 2 onion bulbs. This activity, you have to take 2 glass jars. Take 2 glass jars. 1 glass jar is there. You have to take 2 glass jars and fill the water up to the rim of the glass. And now take 2 onion bulbs. Actually, what we are using the term onion bulb. Who is sitting? Raj Maurya. You are sleeping. Whose way you are sitting, Raj Maurya? Sit properly here. So now see here, we have to take 2 glass jars. Understanding? And in both glass jars, you have to fill the water. What you have to fill? You have to fill Divided middle class jar. And take onion bulbs. Actually, bulb name is given as in the biology as for the potato. For the potato, we are using as the potato tuber. It is the modification of the stem. So, as for the potato, we are using the term as potato tuber. The same way, in case of the ginger, we are using the term as rhizome. The same way, for onion, we use the term as the onion bulb. It is a modified stem. Onion is modified stem. So, onion bulb, you are familiar to onion, but onion you eat, that onion is onion bulb. So, take this onion bulb and keep the onion bulb. Roots are there, and this is onion bulb. Roots are there. And also you have to take this is also onion bulb. And roots are there. When you keep in the water, roots come out. And this name is jar 1 and give the name of jar 2. And both experiments you have observed the root. Observe the root. So make a column. Make a column. In this page, you have to make a column. This is for jar first, and this is for jar second. You have to make a column, one for jar A and another for jar B. This is for jar 2. And you have to measure the length of the root. Here this is jar A and jar B. And day, you can write here days. Days, this side you write the days. This is first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, and seventh day, and eighth day. This is column. This is days. Understanding? And downside jar A, jar B, jar 3. So suppose you are keeping the jar here. First, you remove all the. First, you take onion bulb. Understanding? And then remove the roots. Then remove all the roots. Now, in both the bulb you remove. And now keep the bulb on the mouth of the jar as shown in the picture. And just after the 1 day, you measure the length of the root in both the cases. In both the cases, both the jars, you measure the length of the root Suppose first day you can see a very little amount. This is suppose this is 0.5. In both the cases, you find 0.5 mm. And then this is 1, both having 1 and having 1.2, and here 1.2 3D, and here 1.3, 1.3. This is suppose you during revision you are finding this reading, and after fifth day you find length of the root will increase continuously, and after fifth day you just cut the tip of the root, not entire the root, but tip of the root. Suppose this is this one is the onion bulb, and this is we are considering one root. I am considering only one root. So you cut from the tip, you remove, decapitate. You decapitate the head of the root from the jar P. Only this region you remove. Apex, root apex is removed. Understand? Now again you measure the length. So you will find that the length of the jar A will increase 0.4, 0.6, 1.6, 1.8, 2, and so on. But in this case, the length of the root will remain the same. There is no need, no increase in the length of the root in jar B. You can do this experiment yourself. So understanding you, what you will observe? You will observe in case of jar A, the length of the root is continuously increasing day by day. But in case of B, after third day, after fourth day, when we remove the apex of the root, there is no increase in the length of the root. The length of the root will be same. There is no increase in the length of the root of second experiment, second jar. What we conclude? We conclude that apex of the root having a tissue that is responsible for increase in the length of the root, and that tissue is known as the meristematic tissues or the meristem. That tissue is known as meristem or meristematic tissue. So by this experiment, we can say that meristem is found at the apex of the root, which is responsible to increase in the length of the root. So you read this activity from our book and try to understand what I told you. So after that, we have to study about the meristem in detail. Next day, we will discuss in detail about the meristematic tissue or meristem. And now, if you have any question, you may ask me. If you have any query, any question, you may ask me. You may unmute and ask any question. Now, anybody question? One is Aditya Pratap. Have any query, any question? No. So now I am unmuted all, so you can ask the question. Now you may ask the question. Now you may unmute and ask the question. Yes, now Swangi Raghav, what name? Any query, any question? No, no. You may unmute and ask the question. No. And next, you may ask any question. Understanding properly. You unmute. No. Vishal Maurya. You unmute. No. Aditya Pratap. You ask any question? Have any query? Now unmute and ask. No. Okay. Anybody more? Who is raising the hand? You may ask any question. If Pratiksha, you unmute and ask the question. Pranav Misra. Now unmute you. Huh? You unmute and ask. No. So now unmute. No any problem. So I am going to you ask the question. Pranav Misra. Ask. Voice is not coming. Unmute you first.
Yes, sir. Sir, now came. Yes, sir. Sir, meristematic tissues are only found in the roots of the plant?
No.
Or at any other body?
No.
Any other part?
No, these are found other part also. It is found on the apex of the root, apex of the shoot. Understanding? Lateral side of the shoot. So later we discuss about the meristem and the classification of meristem, then I will tell you. When you understood about the activity understood from so you understood what I am telling you. Only you understand. Rest question, rest when I will teach you, then you ask the question. So these are found in different part. Later when I will teach you the location of the meristem, then I will tell you. Anybody more question? Who is Raj Maurya? No.
Location. What is locomotion? What is locomotion?
It is not lateral locomotion here. It is not related to locomotion. You asked, Raj Moore, you asked the question. First, unmute you, then ask the question. Unmute your mobile. No. Speak loudly. You asked the Raj Moria. Voice is not coming out. Lokesh Misra also not asking. And next Muskan. Bahari word name. Any query and doubt? No. Pronoun is also. So I think that's all for today. Next day we will discuss more. Understanding? So thank you. That's for today. Now thank you.